is I hear a lot of people talking about self-care, right? Because it's so easy when you're good to or when you're perceived to be good in terms of what you do, your skills and your talents.
Yeah.
You can get overworked. People look at you and they see you as the person, the authority, and it's been happening a lot. So I wanted to get your experience on it because you're in basically everything I know to be in the known universe. You're in some way, in some capacity.
Right.
So I wanted to get your take and tell us your story about how, you know, how that, if that happened to you, what happened and what showed you that it needed to stop.
Right. Yeah, I mean, as you say, I'm very, very involved, and part of that is because I hate feeling like I'm not productive. It's something about just being there. It's almost, it's a bad thing in a sense because sometimes I can't even just sit at home and just relax because I feel like I'm not being productive. I feel like I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
Recently though, I had a huge awakening, and you know a little bit about it. In the fact that, like, okay, I'm 25 years old. At 25, you shouldn't be like going through burnout, and well, people feel like you shouldn't be going. Let me say that. You know, people feel like you should be refreshed and you should be ready to do all this stuff. And because I'm so productive, I've been doing a lot of things lately. I work 40 to 50 hours each week at a regular job, and I still part-time teach at the school, a college preparation course. I'm actually getting certified in sign language, and then praise teams and drum corps, and you know, being the AY leader for Philadelphia, and so many things just on top of, plus trying to just maintain a regular relationship with my fiance and my family, you know, and still be a very active person in church. And I got sick. So it was a regular, you know, a cold. You get a cold once in a blue moon. It was like, okay, cool, I've had colds before, knock it out in 2 days or so. But it just won't go away. And it was just progressively getting worse and worse. And I'm talking, it went from like a small cold to my chest feeling like burning and not being able to breathe. And so finally I went to the doctor. I went like 2 weeks after being sick, which is something that nobody should ever do. I only did that because I felt like, oh, I'll knock it out, you know. Like it'll be fine.
Drink about fluids.
Right, just like drink a bunch of fluids. You know, I probably took like a day or two home. And I just kept, like, I was working still, I was teaching still, I was doing everything still. So 2 weeks later, when I realized it wouldn't leave, I went to the doctor, and he's like, okay, you have this crazy flu that was going around, and because, you know, you waited so long and you're not resting or whatnot, I got a sinus infection. Right, so then I had to stay home for another 3 days or whatnot. Stayed at home for 3 days, did everything I was supposed to, thought I was doing everything I was supposed to be doing. You know, I felt like, okay, I'm home from work, so I'm resting, quote unquote, because I'm home. But I wasn't, because I still wasn't sleeping. I still was like lesson planning and still doing things for work at home. I'm pretty much working at home, and I'm thinking just because I'm sitting on the couch, like
that you're resting, but it's not really the case.
Yeah, and as the 3 days were up, I was back at work. Like it didn't matter how I felt because I wasn't feeling too good still. But I went back. A week after that, I ended up going to St. Croix for a wedding. Still sick.
Oh boy.
And I went there the Friday, and by the Saturday morning, I was in the hospital in St. Croix. Because I couldn't breathe, and I had a very heavy whooping cough kind of sound, and it was hurting my back, and it was just very bad. And thankfully I was staying with 2 nurses. Y'all know Pastor Vincent David. I was staying with him because me and his daughter are very good friends. His wife and his daughter are nurses, so they both were like, no, you have to. So we went to the hospital, found out I had pneumonia, so it was really bad. So I stayed there for the day, got more medication, ended up going back home, coming back to St. Thomas, and staying home for about a week.
Nice.
Just from that alone, and then talking with like good friends like you, and talking with Brian, Brian specifically, Brian Smith, he had a serious talk with me like, are you resting? And I'm like, yeah, I'm right. And he's like, no, but are you resting? You know, not just staying home. Are you sleeping? Are you mentally like resting? Is your brain on shut off mode? And after this whole debacle, is when I realized, wow, I don't rest at all. Like I sleep, but I don't rest. I sleep the allotted 7 hours, you know, I'm supposed to, and then I'm up and I'm going until it's time to go back to sleep again. But then I realized that I just wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't resting. I wasn't taking time to just let my brain shut off, or I wasn't eating right because, you know, I'm on the go most of the time. So very quick, easy little things, you know, I'm picking at. And I recently went vegetarian, as you know. But that still didn't help me in the sense of like, okay, I'm not eating like burgers, but I'm eating fries. You know, and I'm still doing that like quick stuff. I wasn't eating right. I wasn't drinking enough fluids. I wasn't resting, and all of that could have been avoided in the beginning if I had just, you know, rested as I was supposed to. So that was a huge eye opener.
Yeah. So what after that happens? Like, what do you think? Or what do you start doing to actually implement that? Do you like, you know, take a day off? Do you, you know, go to the spa? Do you get a massage?
I wish I could go to the spa as much as I could. But no, I decided that, you know what, I'm gonna set a plan for myself. For example, my Sundays, I'm only going to do things I want to do, not things I have to do.
Got it.
So on Sunday, I'm gonna lay around and roll around in my bed and wallow in the house and just relax, and anything I want to do, I'll do it. But if I have to do it, I'll save it for like a weekday or something.
Exactly.
I also actually started this last week at work, where I started taking mini breaks at work, because I never felt like breaks worked, because I felt like, oh, 10 minutes, you can't really, you know. But this past week I started doing it to where, you know, every 2 hours or so, I'd take like a 10-minute break. And it's not like get up and go or anything. Sometimes I just like push away from my desk and turn, because I have a window behind of me, and turn towards the window and just stay there for 10 minutes, just relaxing with my eyes closed. And that's really been helping me mentally kind of just calm my thoughts and ideas, because I feel like because I'm doing so much, I'm always thinking about things to do. So
always thinking about the next step, next process.
Exactly. So that has really helped me. And then just eating better. Just getting up in the morning, and instead of being like, okay, I have to go, so just pick up trashy breakfast, like actually take my time and make a good breakfast and drink tea and really like start my day off right.
That's so super important, and your story is, you know, really it really speaks to me, because I kind of felt like I've been in the same position, not exactly the same, but similar. You know, a lot, especially from the beginning of this year until now, I've been, you know, in a lot of different things. And the way that I do it is a bit different from the way you do it. I think you're way more efficient and effective than me, because I am more of, I call it like, I work soft and I play soft. So I'll have a lot of stuff doing, but I do them, you know, in like I guess the college way of just wait until okay, that's done. You're gonna take that. You're gonna have a good day.
Right.
But honestly, you know, self-care and positioning yourself to do the best with the time you have, as well as positioning yourself to be the best, especially with the body we have and the mind we have, is so crucial. If we don't do that, then we're gonna see burnout, we're gonna experience it, and it's gonna help. It's not like you know, school days when you wanna have
definitely. And I think it's important too that we understand that like at our age you can be burnt out, because I feel people feel that, you know, if you're not over a certain age, you don't have enough doing, you're not doing enough to be burnt out. But burnout is real with our age group.
Exactly, and especially with the technology we have and the time that we have, the way that things are structured, it's easier to work more.
Definitely.
Because your computer is here.
Right.
Right? Back in the day, you had to go to the
office. Go to and sit at your desk.
You have to drive.
Right.
You couldn't be on a call. Like, I remember I used to work in St. John, and I would be on calls on the boat coming back. So, you can work basically wherever you are, whenever you're, connected, and that's a blessing and a curse. So it's something that we have to look into as people.
Definitely.
But that's something I'm gonna do. So you eating better, you're taking your Sundays slowly, you're playing soccer on Sundays.
Yes.
And what was the other thing you're doing?
Breaks.
Yeah, breaks.
Yeah.
Breaks. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Now that the eating healthy brings me into something that we tried.
Oh, mercy.
And we've been trying to talk about this for a while.